What is up, YT World? This your girl, La Kiki, Miss D.C. That is. And I'm Team Candiace all the way. Let's get these hoes out of here. I'm just saying, I ain't came to play. I ain't come to play. Let's get these hoes up out of here. That's what I'm saying. Episode 8 is out, y'all. And I am ready. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Do whatever you gotta do. Share it to everybody. Who cares? If they don't care, share that shit anyway. You know my motto. I haven't said that in a long time. Y'all. Ooh, I just did a rant video. Little rant or whatever. I meant to go and do the video about something totally different. About tonight's episode, my take on what tonight might be. But I end up ranting about freaking that vote situation. Ooh, it was just irking me. It was irking me. People are so easily like, it's so many naive people in the world, is what I'm saying. That's why I be like, these hoes. You can't win with hoes like these. I'm just saying. All right, y'all, let me get to this episode 8 because they already ruined that. Even though they ain't ruined it for me. I already know, like, when they butt heads like this, we ain't recruiting shit tonight. We ain't recruiting nothing. You tried me, ho. You put my name out there and you trying to make your little Dagger Click group. Oh, how cute. The Dagger Click crew. And then you ain't even divulged that information. I mean, I understand to Lisa Rinna because you already knew you was voting against her. But god dang, that to me. So you are betraying both of us. Talk about something I didn't do it to you. Everybody like, I didn't do it to you. You did do it to me. You ain't say nothing to me. So F you, ho. Like Leah said. Huh? He was like this all stupid. Leah was right. But I seen that season. I seen all the Love Islands. Use a goofball. Use a goon. Use a F-boy. You're some shit. Pretty much. Like I thought when I first started this whole reaction period. I already know. Some shit is about to be a traitor. And we about to get some that's happening. After he lay low-key, he gonna come up and be the that he is. I'm proven right every time. So yeah, episode 8, a queen never comes off her throne. I like the way that title. I like the way that title starts. And I seen a little something interview that they was trying to like try to get my girl Candiace to divulge some information. She was like, you gotta watch. And then they was like, I wish that you and Rob could get along. Hope is a thing. Hope is a thing. But she was like, you're gonna love this episode. You're gonna love this episode. Everybody was looking at this like, oh, dang, this must be her final episode. I was looking at it as, nah, she put that hope back in check and in place and manipulated him to doing her bidding because he had to come crawling back with the tail stuck between the legs after that vote. But everybody like, she don't have any pull. She don't have any power. He has all the power. How? When we seen in the preview, he begging to still work together. And she said, do you, boo? I'ma do me, boo. Anyway, let's get to it. 3 minutes in. Episode 8, come on. First of all, Rob. Oh my gosh, girl, with your fist clutch. What you using that fist for, boy? You don't know how they do it in the DMV, boy. You better unball them fists. Unball them giants. And then on top of that, you have the nerve to come in. You seem pretty pissed off at me. You think? Yeah, you think? And then say, I think you should push for Lisa. Don't tell me to get on no daggone bandwagon train. I have a strong mind and everybody know it. From the moment go in this game. I ain't about to go on your little cheap aid bandwagon with Lisa Rinna. My son don't watch the show. He know it's Lisa Rinna. As a traitor. It wasn't that deep, tink. You don't get no points for beating up the person in school that everybody used to beat up. Everybody beat up at every period at the end of the school year. You try to get in a fight with the same person that everybody beat up all year round. You're weak. But anyway, Candiace, like they were saying, where are the people at now? Talk about something. She wasn't thinking straight. She thought she was going rant and rave and screaming. She was like, nah, I'm going to be cool, calm, collected. Because he the snake that stabbed you in the front. Talk about something. As a person, I feel really bad. You don't. But as a gamer, Lisa had to go. You don't feel nothing for Lisa, whether she was a person or in the game. She, like Candiace said, you would stab her from the front, the back, the side of the neck, everything. Stab the head for good measure and all that. Stab up the stomach if it had a baby in it. That's the type of person that I cannot have around me. Goon. Next. Wham. You're mad because Candiace, she said Candiace is lying to me because I threw a hinky vote. And he was like, you're lying to me. Because what you want to know? You want to know who and what it's been talking about you? He was like, so I'm going, if she ain't divulging, I'm not divulging. You couldn't wait for it to not divulge nothing. She could have said, just like, oh yeah, I think you should be worried. And that's it. And you be like, she ain't say enough. Yeah, I'm holding this dagger information and I don't want to tell her that Colton's after her or on to her. He's not on to nothing. He just said one little dumb statement that he put on anybody. Like, you're who's the person of the week that I'm about to beat up on the playground? Ooh, you it now. Lisa going now, you it. It's like you have a freaking hard on for the housewives. You have a hard on so bad for the housewives. Colton gone this episode, y'all. If Rob is not gone, his best bud is gone. I bet you believe that. His best bud is gone because now that they don't have to focus on Lisa and Jan, Natalie might have saved herself this go round if she's not murdered or vanished. She's a possibility. But definitely, we're going to have to split up that Colton. And I bet you Mark Ballas flip-flopping he definitely going to be part of that. We can't count on Eric. He's a bandwagoner. He just wants to be accepted so bad by the Schloings. You know, his Caucasian non-counterparts, but wants to be so bad. It is what it is. Call it what you want. I don't care what y'all say. I see society and this game, which is this game. All right. Now, I guess Alan's about to come in and tell them, you want to recruit or you're going to murder. Obviously, they already gave it away and say they're going to murder. So, that's right, Candiace. Don't trust his ass. Don't trust it. Talk about some. I give you leeway on this since I was pushing much about not recruiting anybody. She was like, yeah, I'll let you think that I even had that thought of wanting to do that. God dang, I ain't had that thought. I just wanted to see what your reaction would be off the recruit. Whether you was going to be like, yeah, that's her kid. Yeah. Oh my God, it's happening. And the whole time she saw your reaction like, yeah, you definitely playing for self because you definitely don't want nobody recruited to sniff you out, literally. Because you know you wasn't going to get your dude up in there. So you thinking the same way she thinking. I don't want to bring anybody into this turret and have her help them. Because I already got Lisa out for that reason. Because they was ganging up on me and the table. Put the food on your plate. But anyway. And then you hesitating on Colton when she brought up Colton. And he just saw like, she was like, yeah, I don't want to do it. Leeway that I had, right? But you pressed to bring up Steven, like, yeah, Steven. Even though he's good in the missions, but you know. No on the Steven. You did that too quickly for me to ever pick Steve. Candiace. Strategic or emotional? Emotional will go back in the tour and have a whole meltdown like Carolyn did. Huh? To Danielle. When she had a whole meltdown of Danielle. She would do that. She the one started off putting the Danielle name on the table. And Danielle just like, let me dish the same thing back the first time before she got voted off the next time. And you want to go back in the turret and have a whole meltdown, like a meltdown so bad that y'all in lock still vote and freaking Boston Rom just like, I don't know what to do here. I'm not getting in the midst of a chick fight, literally. Like, what we gonna do, y'all? Could we have just agreed to go with what I said this time, even though you don't want that? You both said you didn't want that, but can you just do it this time for me? Okay. Dumb. But anyway, Candiace, yes, play that fool like a fiddle. They both are basically like acting like the masters of their profession. And it's like when two assassins know each other's move or know how they're like trying to blindside them, but it's like, you can't blindside me. I know that step. I used that move before. I used that move. But he's correlating it to chess, because that's all he do besides eat Skittles and Twinkies and freaking Mr. Goodbars and everything in the castle, right? But Snides, he talked about something. I don't want to get rid of any more traitors. She was like, he said, I don't want any more traitors that don't go home. Don't piss no traitors off then. Stop pissing traitors off. Like, literally. But she came down with between Stefan, Natalie, and Colton and Natalie, in that order. And he says, now I don't know who it is. Is it Natalie? Did he let go Natalie? Because he was definitely like, I don't want Colton to go. We need a loud voice at the table. But she also said that Natalie was probably going to get banished at the next go round. So we definitely should leave her. Did you just let him think that he's running the game by choosing Stefan, and then leaving Natalie and Colton in the game? Did you let him, like, you know, she said, I am, you know, a woman gets back basically when you serving a dish, you serve it cold. She said, so when I'm just playing cutesy with this little game or whatever, making them think that we're a team still, and then I'm trying to do what's the best interest of the team. But when I serve my dish, I serve it cold. So I play it cute for right now, but when I need to take that dish out the deep freezer, because I'm going to place it inside the deep freezer for now. But when I need to take that thing out, I'm going to take it out and I'm going to serve. And he was all like correlating it to chess. Like, yeah, she's checkmate right now. But I took her queen. And she's running low on valuable pieces in the game piece. Yeah, it's cute and all, but these gullible ass faithfuls, I mean, they could just turn on a dime on you out of nowhere. So you got a whole bunch of like naive people. You think she can't speak like you and she be the one always speaking? Cute ain't gonna last that long, especially when you taking out the faithfuls allies and speaking real hard on them on the table. We're gonna see if they flip on you on a dime and it be all her numbers. Dorinda and Kish, butchered that. Dorinda and Kristen Kish walks in, and they're like the fifth and the sixth people to walk in, because obviously we have the nothingness crew other than Johnny, I would say. Tara, Maura, Higgins, and then we have magical ears. Musical ears, whatever. Man with the magic ears, Eric, nothingness. And then we have Johnny. Johnny was on it. He's all like, they was all like, what if it's a recruit? They recruited somebody. And he was like, well, it wouldn't be somebody that everybody loves. Good for you, Candiace. Good for you. It would be somebody that they're trying to get rid of. Like recruit somebody that everybody is literally having their name in their mouths, because they actually brought up Stephen. It's like everybody's starting to talk about Stephen now. You know, and I don't know if they brought up Natalie, but they brought up Stephen basically. But if Stephen go, because if he was an easy murder, then it could be back on Natalie and Colton. You know, and then Dorinda and Kristen Kish came in, and she was like, oh, it was a stressful night. I thought I was a goner. She was like, oh my God, it's kind of devastated, because I couldn't believe that it was her, girl. Now, Dorinda, okay. But anyway, she was like, I was having a fabulous girls weekend. She was like, that's not Traitors players. Girl, at least you know, you're aware. Maura, eat your goddamn salmon and your eggs and shove it in your mouth. You little biatch. Like, literally, don't say nothing the whole time, but you doing Rob's bid. Out of all people, she chose Rob. Like, that's not a possibility. And you just heard them say, who who is a person that can flips on a dime. Who flipped on a dime? The only person that flipped on a dime was Rob. Did a State of the Union address at the table. Candiace has been speaking at the table and been consistent. Talk about something. That's her whole brand. First of all, y'all are stupid. That's not her whole brand. Her whole brand is like, I'm thinking that. I think that. She said that in this game that she's staying consistent. That was consistency. Consistency is I'm not voting for Lisa Rinna, and I'm not just doing no anything vote just to vote with everybody else. I'm not a bandwagon hoe. That is my brand. My brand of consistency is I choose who I want by myself. And if I'm by myself, like she has been, that is the brand. That's her brand right there. She has been voting by herself for Ron, even when people weren't voting for Ron. She still said Ron. Even when they voted so many people out before Ron, she still said Ron by herself. She did the same vote by herself, whether it's a hinky vote or not. She still did it by herself, chose her own vote, and wasn't influenced and flip-floppy like you hoes. Can't even come together for 8-person alliance, which is stupid to begin with, but at least 6 of y'all can't even come together. Like, dang, 4 of y'all can't even come together. It's redunculous. Shut your ass up, literally. And that's right, Johnny. You better download Candiace with that information too. Call that ass out, Candiace, at the table, Maura Higgins. And Dorinda, you work on it too. Because I peeped that you did that, Dorinda, for Candiace. Because she was so like, who throws a hinky vote out there? She was like, well, I threw a hinky vote out there. What you trying to say? Like, dang, you just coming for people just to come for people. You ain't do nothing but just get dressed in the morning and want to eat salmon. Now all of a sudden you want to pose at the missions and stuff and get lifted and carried at the missions while my 60-year-old butt up there running behind you and Rob. Girl, shut up. Yeah, I meant to say Johnny is still on Colton. He went over to Christian Kids and was like, yeah, I think I'm still back on what I was at first. She was like, Colton. Yeah, I never got off him. He's never off my radar. And here enters Candiace. Let's see if Johnny's going to tell her everything that was just happening. Maura is fake as hell. You look gorgeous. You look gorgeous. Maura, didn't I tell you? Shut your ass up. Insert video right here for Maura Higgins. Wigging right now. Wigging. Come on, Maura. This is for you, personally, from yours truly. Insert video.
Shut the fuck up. Shut all the way the fuck up until you reach the top of Shut Fuck Mountain, where there are no more fuck ups to shut.
Your dumb ass keep talking and keep fighting Rob's battles. After a while, we're going to think that we're going to vote and banish you out. Because it's like, why are you like traitor, protecting traitor? Like, what's up with the extra? And you know they're going to talk about that. You know Johnny, because the way she keep cutting off, she was like, well, I did a throwaway vote because I didn't think it was, I believe, Natalie. And a kiss, what Jam Jam talked about, it just wasn't enough for me. So I did a throwaway vote, which I didn't think it was nothing. And she was like, but you did. It's like, girl, shut your dumb ass up. And eat, like I said, eat your salmon cakes and everything you can eat on that thin ass body, okay? Worry about that over there in your fashions and the photo shoots you're going to take on the missions because you don't douche. Worry about that. The way Candiace cut her eyes at, like she wanted to curse her out so bad, but she had to realize this ain't, ooh, this not Potomac. I normally would drag this hoe at this time. Because I know all the things that Candiace would have went and said. I could picture what she was going to say tomorrow. And I could see it in her eyes of the things she was going to snap back with. But she just I saw her correct her eyes and said, and she was like, well, I saw her eyes when she auto-correct her eyes. Had to be like, let me bring the beast down. Let me bring the beast back down. So that's that. She was like, well, yeah, because I didn't think nobody would vote him out. And that's what Dorinda came in, yeah, and I voted for you the same way because I knew nobody was going to vote you out. I was just low-key might throwing suspicions on her and Rob. Like, everybody want to keep you around because nobody would think about voting to banish you, which might bring suspicions on both of you hoes since you want to be the protection hoe, huh? And then now we have Natalie, Colton, Rob, and Stephen. That's the last four to get to breakfast, and we're waiting to see who got murdered. And here go Maura. I hope Rob's not murdered. Because you don't want to work in the missions, and you don't have nobody else that's going to carry you. Hamnya renge kya, namnya renge kya, hamnya harnya, harnya, harnya. Colton's out. Listen. Colton has been murdered.
Okay.
He's not excited. He doesn't care. Straight from the DMV. Colton, go ahead, Candiace. Now what you hoes gonna say? Talk about something. That's why I figured when he said Candiace just checkmate, but I took her queen. Girl, Lisa Rinna was not the queen. Johnny is the queen, fool. He's the queen and the queen to Candiace. So you thought taking Lisa Rinna away was going to do something? No, she knew that was a piece she was a soldier. She knew that one was going to go. She was hiding behind him just like all the other high titled pieces hide behind the soldiers and other servants and stuff. But, or subjects or whatever. But Lisa Rinna was not the piece that was going to be like, oh, no, I'm sorry. You got to get rid of Johnny. And you let her pick Colton and get him out of here. He's a loud voice. You better hope they still be on Natalie after that. Because now they might get to that ass. She playing chess on that ass. Oh, Rob, you think you're so smart. It's not about the Mark Twain. You might want to give Mark Twain back that quote because he ain't talk about your gameplay. And then Colton, he's bitter as hell talking about something. That was sloppy gameplay throwing a hinky vote. So I'm pretty sure that the Faithfuls would basically banish Candiace and knows what to do because that was just sloppy gameplay. Well, she just said all her message at the table this morning before the last four came in. So Rob is not even privy to what the whole first half of the group said. Lizette, turn it down. He's not privy to what Candiace already discussed with them and already proved her point right there. Now, what they talk about later, let's see if Rob throw her under the bus. Cause I thought we was gonna play as a team, huh? And you didn't want to get rid of no more faithfuls. No traitors. So what are you gonna do to make her in the preview that we saw before, the preview trailer that we saw when she said, you go your way, I go mine. So you don't trust me? No. Because it's something going to come back where one of her goons was in a conversation and you dropped it and Maura, you backed Maura about like adding on to her name, piling on to her name, and she like, that's the last straw. You got it, fool. You got it. Talk about something. It's not about when you do it, but what you do or something like that. He said the reason why I gave up Colton because Colton has been spreading her name and she don't know about what you. It's not about what you do. It's about what you know, or not what you know, what you do, because she don't know anything. She could look at Colton and see his face that I don't trust him and he will spread my name. So even if she didn't think or know that Colton was saying her name, she know that Colton would say her name because she don't trust you and she think that y'all had something going on. So obviously he would know something about her name and her name will be spread in some type of way. obviously she's going to have to work to just diffuse that like she did casually this morning at the breakfast table. So you thought that was the check move right there, brother? Brother ill. We in for something. Because it's about to be delusion night tonight. But okay. Talk about some sloppy gameplay. How's the sloppy gameplay? She been voting by herself for Ron the whole entire time when people was voting all sorts of players. And she was still saying Ron. Now you want to do it because she said Rob? Like, oh, it was cool when it was Ron. But it's a weird hinky vote when it's Rob. Shut your dumb ass up too. And like she said, have a good flight back. Or not, Colton. Last, we have to see your face other than the reunion. If you even show up with your punk ass. I meant to say also, Rob, you're acting like Lisa Rinna now. With the... What the hell is that? What the hell is... If I was Kristen Kish, Johnny, I would analyze the way you reacting, because the way you was like, he was a great player. He really was. And freaking Maura Higgins talking more than ever now. That's us too, if I was everybody. Like, he was a great player. We're doomed now. We don't know what to do. We can't do that without him. I thought that was Rob. I thought that was Rob for you. Now you can't do that without Colton. And then he up there fumbling the fork and stuff. That would be nervous jitters if you ask me. And Candiace like, Rob. Which sold it even more because Maura Higgins said, Rob, come on. So her little Rob didn't seem like, get it together. You know what I'm saying? She killing the game right now. I don't know what you're talking about, Rob, but we're going to see how the rest of this goes. Is it going to piss me off or is it going to be like, checkmate? Roll your body. 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 That's the dance I'm doing. Candiace and Johnny exchange was so bomb, though. I like that little, he was like, Candiace. Roll your body. Roll your body. But basically, both of them starting a campaign against each other. But Rob hurried up and put that campaign out there. Of course, we're going to have the Dagger 6. Cut that off. Let's say, go back in the room. Go in the room. Obviously, we're going to have the Dagger 6. It's like, Steve was like, I think they're coming for the Dagger 6. They're trying to come after me or whatever. I mean, come after us or whatever. And then he's like, I think I should stick with Rob as an ally because, you know, he has the dagger. So that count as 2 votes. And you have Steven. Mark, oh, you pick your group, Mark. So I hope it works out for you, bruh. You know, because you can't choose a group to save your life. Wish-washy ad. But anyway, so Colton was the only reason why you wasn't getting with that group at first? Didn't really want to side with them because you didn't like Colton a part of it? You weak. But anyway, Mark Ballas, Steven, their leader now since Colton is slayed, Robathif. And then you have Natalie flipped on Candiace in a dime. Flipped on Candiace like a dime. You know, she saved your life. I thank you. I'm going to live up to, I'm going to talk to you and then I'm going to prove to you that. And then couldn't wait. Yeah, I thought I was gone. I don't know why she voted for me to stay. Begging all last night with your eyes. And then all of a sudden now you back good now. And then you have Eric with his flip-floppy. Yeah, he want to be down so bad want to be accepted. You should be embarrassed about your game. You should be a total embarrassment about going back home to your country playing this game and you have played nothing. Like, God, the Devils, what's the giant called that I always watch on Netflix? I can't even think of the name right now. But they'd be like the Devil's Plan, that's what it is. They'd be like, Eric, we don't claim him. Do you know the difficulty of the games we was playing? He can't even do a little Sweet manipulator. Can't lead nothing. Can't lead anything. Do he even lead the group that he's singing with? Literally, musical is. But anyway, yeah, he's basically putting a Candiace name out there. And it started with Eric. So she got beef with Eric and she got beef with Rob. I'm sure she cursing out both of them hoes because he always like putting a black name out there. I think it's Candiace. So Maura put the battery in your back and then you just going to go from the breakfast table. It's like, I believe it. Candiace. And Mark Ballas even like, she's smart. She this and this and that. Gullible assholes. Mission time. So yeah, we got to get through this nothing a mission. It was too much to explain and nobody cares about these missions. But let me just explain for the people that's listening here and not watching the show. Yeah, so they basically have to split up between people that's basically going to stay with, say at the castle, which is 8. And the other 3 is going with Island to his old gallery where his paintings lie. And then they basically have to pick 3 people that I guess they feel like they trust and who are faithful. Of course, Rob is going to put himself amongst it. I'm not feeling safe. I'm not going to lie. And Candiace is like, really? That's like me running uphill. I don't, on the missions. I don't need it. Man, like, you don't need it. But of course, everybody wants to drink his bath water because he's old Mr. Faithful. You know, they are like, Rob, yeah, Rob. Even though she nominated Johnny because Eric suggested. Eric always the one throwing out stuff that people should do. It's like, dude, bandwagon much. God dang, have a brand of your own. Like pleasing Patty. Like, my God, he make me sick. Murder him the next time around. He make me sick more than freaking Colton. If I say and Rob, but yeah, he make me sick more than Colton. More than Natalie, I'm about to say, but yeah, more than Natalie. He can go the next go round. But yeah, they all like, and I saw Steven like looking at people like when they talked about only 3 people with the shield and they was making noises over there on the housewives inside. And he was just looking like, who reacted like that? It's like, shut your dumb ass up. You on the table for banishment anyway on this side. But anyway, it's like, so Rob put him and Kristen Kish and Mark Ballas. So they're going to the gallery. So all those 3 are going to be able to possibly get a shield that's hidden amongst the paintings. Meanwhile, the rest will eventually have to split in a team of 2 of 8. So basically, it's going to be 4 and 4. And they have to recreate the painting once they get like, I guess they got to find the painting by the quote or, you know, whatever the quote is under the painting or whatever they're looking at, the quote. They got to find the painting. Then they got to recreate in a picture, I guess, amongst the group back at the castle. They got to recreate what that picture looked like and probably bodies doing things like, you know, like stuff like that, like a Good Times picture. You know the Good Times picture when it came on? Good Times! Yeah, they're going to have to recreate like the jamboree, the people in the picture, what they was doing, posing and dancing, where they was at, sitting on a jukebox, all types of stuff like that. It's probably going to be something like that. Anyway, $3,000 per painting that they get. So let's be done with this in a second. You got Natalie, Maura, Tara, and Dorinda in the group together. And of course, just like clockwork, Maura still getting somebody strong to carry her in the missions. And now, since none of the bros is with her and Rob's not there, of course, she got Natalie, the strong woman, to hold her up in the picture. And then we have Candiace, the other group, Steven, Candiace, Johnny, and who else was that? Who else was that? Oh, I forgot. Steven, Candiace, Johnny. Oh, Eric left over. Like, yeah. So. Oh, I like that. I like that picture. Candiace milking Johnny. Funny as hell. Why Andy Why? I said, Andy, why Alan look at the screen and broke the fourth wall again like... I like it. You got dodos that's in the daggone portrait at the gallery. You literally see Candiace literally milking with a black and white coat on top of, she has it, that's the coat that she was wearing, that y'all saw her wearing when you first were on the line trying to choose the team. And you literally, what the hell? You literally saw her wearing this on her back. She took it off her back to throw it on Johnny's back. And you didn't correlate that to being a cow, black and white. It's not that many black and white animals in the freaking portraits in this gallery. And then you see her literally like with the string of the belt of her jacket looking like she's milking it. And you see the grass coming out of Eric musical ears mouth. And you thought that Botox that Johnny was talking about was giving the face of like too much. And they was worried about Eric's face looking like too much, but it was Johnny. He said, I can't even move it that much no more. I was trying to give somber. Yeah, you gave somber like horse. Stupid as hell. And they talk about something Rob and them smart. Oh, I meant to say, meanwhile, Kristen Kish actually grabbed the shield because she said it was a painting that the only one that had backing on it or something like that in the gallery. So she ripped that backing off and she said, guys, I got the shield. I wouldn't have told her. I would have acted like we didn't never find it, period. Are they sabotaging them? Is Candiace and them team getting sabotaged? Rob, you might be making everybody go on the Candiace case now. Like on the off the Candiace case and onto her side. The fact that you're so slow and you're leading the pack, in which they thought you were actually smart. If everybody else was off track, because of course they're not going to put that much into Kristen Kish, even though they think she is, you know, smart. Somewhat smart, and Mark Ballas, they at least counting on you to be smart. And the fact that y'all don't even choking to freaking traitors just standing together and just like, what do that got to do with, and everybody like that? What do that has to do with that? Stupid ass team of gallery people, I mean. So sorry, Green Team. Good thing y'all didn't really care about this money. So they got the last painting right, which even Eric was like, hold on, I'm offended. You thought I was the decapitated pig's head? And Rob took the reins on this and said, look, because they was literally about to put that decapitated pig's head. Like, is Kristen Kish thinking about food or something? Because why you wouldn't go with baby and it's wrapped up? They ain't got a pig wrapped up on a plate. It's just a head on a plate at the table. You must be thinking of missing your job. We're going to send you to it. Because after this mission, we need to send you to it. Back to your job, what you used to. Because God, dang, they butchered that. But anyway, they end up getting 4 out of 6 paintings and end up putting $12,000 extra to the prize pot, which stands at a whopping $150,800, that is. And they're all excited. Woo! Okay, let's get back to the shenanigans. After this mission, is some minds going to change? Like, was it feeling like sabotage? Even though we know Rob and Candiace have been saying each other's name in amongst their groups, I believe that the real tea is really what happens when she said, do you and I do me, is when she probably tried to talk to him one-on-one, because they are eating one-on-one, like she pulled him aside and say, who has the shield, bro? You gonna tell me who has the shield? And he's gonna not divulge the information. And she gonna be like, and that's when he said, so you don't trust me? We're not working together? She was like, apparently not. We're not working together. You can't even tell me who has the shield amongst you three. You do you and I do me. And I believe that's the conversation. That's the real thing that's going to happen, not the spreading of things. They both know they're spreading about each other. That's what I think that's probably going to happen, because he wants to keep that information. Because if she know who has the shield and she still tries to kill someone within that 3, push to kill somebody within that 3, they're going to know automatically it's between those 2 who only knew of the people that had the shield. That's why he's not going to tell her. I just seen something that I have questions about, but pretty much in the castle, they basically saying Candiace or Steven, because Colton last said both of their names. And even Johnny confirms this to Eric, and Johnny was like, I feel like it's some male energy. Do you see Lisa in there strategizing? Hell no. And he was right on about that. He was like, I feel like it's a male energy. And then Mark Ballas, you was just with the Dagger 6 talking about some Candiace, she's very smart and da-da-da-da-da. And then you're going to say, get with somebody else, get with the whole total different other group and talk about some, it got to be a male, right? It got to be a male. It has to be a male. It was Donna, Kelce, and then it was Lisa. It got to be a male. It has to be a male. But then you still pushing Candiace. Make up your goddamn mind, flip-flopper. That's what I'm saying, Rob. You think you got these people all worked out, the faithfuls and all that's going to be on your side? The males are dwindling. The convincing males, the irresistible males, it's looking a little dangerous, brother. But they keep talking about some Steven and Candiace tonight. Even Dorinda said, it's Steven and Candiace, obviously, because that's what y'all saying. But I just feel it feels strange that we was discussing her and Rinna, who we were going to put our rocks at, and she put it in Steven's. And I was like, when did they have a relationship? Hold on. Candiace brings Steven into the room because Candiace said the only way, she said, I appreciate Johnny for allowing me to let me know that it's a heads up, basically, that they're trying to come for me. I got to get my game plan together. So she pulls Steven aside. It was like, could you let me know who was basically talking about me, who put my name out there? And then Dorinda and Johnny pull up because they was about to sit with Candiace. And she's like, can you give me like 2-3 minutes? Dorinda going out there and she gonna say, well, that was a tale. Tale of what? I just wanted to talk to him about who put my name out there. That is right, Candiace. Get that A together. You think you're slick? You think you're slick? And okay, so it wasn't exactly what I was talking about, but it was what I was talking about before. Because what I said before, I got to the shield part of him not disclosing who has the shield or whatever. I said it before in the first video, in the last video. Do you think Candiace is not going to find out that you were floating her name and i.e. Colton? Which will go direct correlation back to you because you are Colton's best bud? And the way that Rob dismissed Steven, he couldn't wait. First 48 seconds, that is. First 48. He didn't even ask for a cigarette, no commissary, no food, no nothing, no freaking Popeyes order, KFC order, nothing. He just started like, yeah, so it was Colton. You know, by the way, Colton was saying your name. You remember Rob, when you looked at him, when he looked at you, when y'all both, and y'all looked at each other. My God, snitching ass. Steven, you became a snitch in your life. All it took for a black woman to be like, come sit down here. So, I heard my name been floating around. Who you been hearing that from? Oh, by the way, it was called First 48 snitching ass. Oh my gosh. And then Rob, you was not smooth with the, yeah, I don't know, but can I talk to her real quick? It's like, what do you need to talk to another faithful for? Like she got your life on the line. If her name is being floated, why am I desperately trying to talk to her? It should click, Steven. It should click of why he desperately got to talk to Candiace. And then that's when you should put 2 and 2 together that they both of them don't trust each other. Because she literally threw out there like, obviously, who was Colton close to? Do you think Colton was making the decisions by himself? literally, like, I mean, obviously he's a faithful, but like, don't you think he was literally having a battery in his back? Oh, that's so cute. But yes. Just like, do you think he dang, I can't even talk. Got choked up. But anyway, yes. Colton definitely was the puppet that she basically said, I think that Raw was puppeteering Colton. And I believe that to be true. And Steven acting like he's so freaking lost. Stefan, you acting like Laguna Beach for real. You acting like Laguna. Like, yeah. Colton was the best mate was Rob. Like, it's so hard. You're working with nothing with these faithfuls, Candiace, but she actually let him know that. You think you slick? Like, I don't know that you were so willing to give up Colton because I found out that he was floating my name around here. You didn't tell me in the terror, and you knew that he was floating my name, so that's why you were so willing to give up Colton, because it was a direct line to me. Well, let's let you know. And he quoted just like they did online, so maybe it was promo with each other going back and forth. It's like, it's a game, Candiace. Is it, Rob? Is it though? He's like, I feel like you're taking it personal. She was like, well, I'm cut from a different moral, and you're a snake. He's like, this is Traitors. I know this is Traitors, but you're a snake. Literally. You're a snake. You can't even have a good game with amongst your traitor your traitor buddies. We're the traitor buddies right now. We can't even have a good game amongst the traitors. Dwindle down these freaking faithfuls, and then have a like all of your own type moment. You know, the best traitor win if it dwindled down. But you can win with more than one traitor. So you just a snake, pretty much. And I understand where she was coming from that. Can't trust you. You do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do. Just know that if I go down, they're going to float your name. Your name has been floated. You're going to, and she gave him a heads up. He was like, I think that's just petty. Is it though? Is it? Can you turn the light back off? Is it petty? I don't think so. So he literally think he going to use the fact that I'm going to make the black girl go crazy and get loud and roll her neck and get her heated and not let her be calm, cool, and collected. Like they knocked Tiffany off her game because because Colton blindsided her, and then she went on just trolling all of them one by one around the whole table to get her voted out. He think that's the strategy he going to use? I like the fact that Johnny is attentive to Candiace, because he's like, that's my good friend, and because that's a word on the curve, is that it's Candiace and Steven, so Steven is the back of my tongue. But let's see how this shake out, because she said a queen never leaves her throne, meaning like I'm staying cool, calm, and collected, because I know the game that he's trying to play. He's going to try to play that game with his little friends that's going to easily flock to him. So I'm going to play this game back. I'm going to roll in the dirt with you, but just cool and calm and collected way. Oh, Robbie Bobby, what's wrong? Got your tongue? You had the State of the Union speech at first, and now you don't got nothing for little Candiace. She is dragging you in the most soothing way at this table right now. And even Eric can't even try to find a clue to help you out in this situation, because you're not Colton. And he'll do everything for Colton. I mean, he probably will put a vote on Candiace anyway. He was like scrunching up his face. But everybody else is confused. It went from Natalie, Maura had to try to fake stand up for Rob as well. She tried to stand up for Rob as well. But back to the vote, girl. Candiace was like, this hoe. We're done with the vote, and you're still trying to save your guy because you keep coming back to the hinky vote. I think you thought the hinky vote, the vote. Girl, get out of here. Please get her out of here. Murder tonight. Literally. But she talked too much so that you can't even do that. Dang. And Natalie just like, It wasn't enough for Natalie. And Lisa, it's just, Candiace said, let me throw this out here. Because she threw Tara out there. She was like, I heard it first from Tara. Like the lead to vote for Natalie. And Natalie was like, who was leading the vote for me? She was like, Tara. I heard it from Tara. I heard it from Tara first. And she was all like, I thought we talked this out. Sorry, it was a group decision. I wasn't leading the vote. Everybody was looking like, okay, now I'm flustered. And then Candiace said, I think, hold on, let's bring this back because don't put it on my girl Tara. I just find it funny that, Colton was basically used as like your beard, I believe. Like, I just feel like, y'all was moving in lockstep, throughout the table. Like, you was so boisterous this go around, and y'all was making gestures to each other like y'all obviously was communicating with each other. And he was like, yeah, I just talked to Colton. He did not come with a great game plan. I just talked to Colton, and I just feel like we both he said Lisa first. It don't matter whether he said Lisa first. Y'all threw Lisa out there, period. And then you just let him keep running with it. And he was like, yeah, I told him I would add on to whatever he's saying at the table. Oh, keep going, Rob. Keep going. I will add on to what a faithful is saying about a traitor at the table because you said he said Lisa first, and I just said, I'm going to add on. And as we know, traitors, revisionist history, they like to turn on each other. So I'm gonna let the faithful be on to that traitor and keep adding on with them at the table and act like I'm so faithful, because that would be the perfect cover, because everybody loves me because they already can't look at me, but also I'm the one that's always trying to find a traitor as well with Colton, so I can look just like a traitor hunter with him, but I can play the background and he can play the front if he get banished or whatever. Like, I don't have to be out there as much. Are they thinking? And now everybody's so confused. And then Alan said, the time is done for talking. Now it's time to vote. This is going to be a nail biter. Candiace and Rob and possibly Steven. Who knows? Also, that was so awkward. That whole freaking who going to start it off. And Johnny was like, I'll start. That was just like, they was them giving each other like, you going to try first? I'll let you try first. You gonna try me first? But that ending one, when he ended the talk and they both did the stare down, and she was like, told you going down. If I get chosen tonight, you going down right with me. And he just went back like, how many times you gonna drink water, bruh? In the middle of them talking, like they interrogating you and they accusing you, and you drink water, gulp, gulp. When you drink water like that throughout the round table, get yourself up. Oh my God. If Rob did not use the dagger and activated the dagger for the round table, and it comes down to him and Candiace, and they just delete out Steven, that's gonna be trash. But if they do have Candiace and Steven neck and neck, and he did activate it to use it against Steven, he might have got scared when Candiace said, you do you and I'm gonna do me, because he know that she can whip some votes up, and it was very close between Lisa and Colton, Natalie that last time. He probably did activate that, thinking that she put his name out there and stuff, because she already gave him a heads up. Yeah, your name's out there. You going down with me? So he probably did activate it. But if he did not, thinking that he was so sure that these flip-floppy people that he rolled with, these faithfuls that he loves so much, would be the end of him, would be poetic if he did not use his dagger. I said watch out because he may not use his dagger in the right way. So what did that mean? An extra vote, 2 extra votes in Survivor? It's like, it's always misused majority of the time. So nothing new here neither, but I said all that to say he probably did play his, but I ain't gonna be so excited if he didn't, if it works out for Candiace. He did not use the dagger! Because you know what? He was probably scared if he did use the dagger after all that accusation and he did use the dagger, he know he would probably be out because it looks sus. To have the dagger and use the dagger and you made a freaking promise to the dagger 6 and then you just go out flat out without talking with them that you're just going to use it because we're supposed to use it together as a group. And he go out off of this and be poetic, like I said. Johnny is thinking, he's like, yeah, I don't want to vote Candiace because I feel like she's clearly, I'm thinking like a faithful and I cannot believe she's a traitor. But I'm thinking I'm in this game and I'm wondering why I'm not out of this game. Is it someone close to me that's up in the turret? And it could be Candiace. Is that her? But at the same time, if it is, ride it till the wheels fall off. Let her keep you safe until we get down to the final fire. Period. So pretty much it worked out in Rob's favor for now. But you're going to need that dagger on one lock for the next go round. I don't think two extra votes plus your vote is going to help you with the entire rest of the stupid faithfuls. Like, literally, Candiace didn't do nothing out of whack that she wasn't normally doing. She was the one talking at the table since the moment go. But okay. Okay, we couldn't just suss the Rob thing out first. Okay. That's whack to me. But yeah, pretty much everybody voted for Candiace except for Natalie. And I think Natalie was just paying the favor back for Candiace. So now y'all officially voted all the black people out. Congratulations, y'all. Yeah, so much. You voted all the black people out. And literally, there's no one else to root for in this game. So I'm going to be watching the rest of this game, like, and it might not be the whole video that I'm even reacting. I might react to little snippets here and there throughout the whole. It's nobody else to root for. Rob is trash. And he is like, he's trash. And just because you said that little, the beautiful, the intelligent, the morally higher person than the slithering snake that you are. And she was trying to hold back tears and her makeup because she didn't have her triangles from the Johnny vote. It's like, this one stupid hinky vote was overwhelming. How is that overwhelming? Just how hard you're going for Rob at this table. She's not going hard. She's just stating facts. She's not like piping up like Ron was doing. Y'all idiots. But at least y'all can say y'all caught a second traitor. Now, since y'all didn't keep that second traitor, i.e. Johnny, you're going to probably die tonight because he doesn't need you as a faithful anymore. So now you lost your friend in the turret, and now he's going to easily murder you tonight after he recruits somebody. And that next person that he's definitely going to recruit is definitely going to be Natalie because that's the only one he trusts at this point. He trusts Natalie, and I know he's going to recruit her. And he'll be stupid to do that as well because she cutthroat as well. And I believe that's the person who has the hard decision to make, and we're going to leave off like that. And then they're going to continue in the next episode of murdering together. And then they're going to go after you, Rob. So it's probably going to be the sole survivor, Natalie, or they're going to get rid of Natalie as well later. And then it'll be the faithfuls winning again. That will be the end of me really watching and doing a deep dive on this show, y'all. For real, let's see how she ended. These fools are stupid as hell. Like, literally, they're going to allow him to put the sus on Johnny now. Johnny said he feels so overwhelmed that he even allowed himself to be aligned so closely to what happened to turn out as a traitor. He just feel overwhelmed. But the fact that they literally thinking about Johnny and not Rob, And Steven want to be a bro so bad. Like, he's so pressed. Like, he's still living at Laguna Beach High that he going to say something that was such a reach. You already see Rob trying to undo the damage. Like, I'm like literally, like why did she use my name? I wonder if she used my name because, you know, like, all that jitter while we walking to try to get some food and something to eat before the midnight hour strikes, and you up here still talking about, like, boy, chill. Let us get some wine and stuff and some drinks in us, and then we can talk about all that. But the way you all like, ying, ying, ying. And Candiace, you played this game well. I don't care what nobody tell you. Everybody said this. I think this is Candiace night. I think this is Candiace night. Well, when you have a house full of freaking stupid people, this is how it will end. So all the people that said Rob is clearly going to win this game, if he could get past this stupidness with them voting out Johnny, with his dumb maid that didn't save Candiace to keep her for the late game, then yeah. So then they basically deserve to lose. This is what I'm saying. The faithfuls deserve to lose. And now he's the sole surviving traitor. Congratulations. Now you're going to be gone too. And whoever you replace yourself with, whoever you add into the turret, they're going to probably win and not you. Literally, because they're going to look at you at some point in time. And if they get out Johnny or Steven, they still going to look at you because it's going to come back to you regardless. So good play, Candiace, on the way out. Go ahead, go home to Jed. You played your game. That was heartfelt. So yeah, she said, I played with honor, with valor, and with treachery because you caught yourselves a traitor. Or I'm a traitor. Not the Lisa Rinna, but anyway, the rest of this season is a dud because all the black people gone and she was the last one. And now no entertainment will be had on the show whatsoever. Like, literally no entertainment will be here. The only one that was making it entertaining was the black people. Now, who else going to question the way that Candiace questioned, that Tiffany questioned, that, I can't even say her name. Monét Exchange question, Jam question. Who else? Porsha question. Like, who else going to do that? Nobody. Nobody that we're going to be impressed by. It's just about to be a regular game show. Congratulations, gamers. Y'all have y'all game show now. Because it's sure the entertainment has left the building. And Dorinda is not that at all. Flip-flopping a housewife. Literally. And do you think any of the dudes was ever going to vote against Rob? No. I say all that to say, thank you, Candiace, for getting out Colton. I don't care whether Rob allowed you to or not. Thank you for getting out Colton. You blessed the world with that. And that's what you get, Eric. Now you became nothingness, magical ears, and now your magical brain. You the freaking what do they call it? I can't think of the name of forensic what is it? For your handwriting and stuff. Basically. Forensic handwriting. I guess forensic handwriting or whatever. Now now that's your profession and you still got that wrong. I know exactly. This is signed by the traitor. And I know who that is. Johnny. Do you think Johnny, with his fabulous self and all his fabulousness, will write chicken scratch? Like, he stopped going to school after the daggone 8th grade and just worked on the farm. I'm sorry. But true. Do it look like that would be Johnny? Everything he do with his life look like it's a theatric. His handwriting would be theatrical. And you said you got freaking Johnny out of that, but nobody else looked like they'll write chicken scratch like that. Now you a handwriting, forensic handwriting specialist. That's what I was trying to say. Now you're that. Just kill yourself. Kill yourself and don't be a traitor. That's all I got to say. But he gonna accept that because he's just weak. So he gonna accept it. Like, just leave me alone. I'm almost there. it really sucks to be nice. Who said that? Who said that? Who said that? You're giving yourself kudos that nobody ever said about you. And here go freaking Kristen Kish. Y'all giving her too much brain thought. Because this fool talk about some poor Rob. It could never be him. This sweet man. That's why they put emphasis on that sweet man with her talking alongside with Eric. It's like, no, never. That's why they focus so hard on that dumb conversation. Because he was a part of the picking and choosing between Eric, because that's the one he said he trusts the most in this game. Like, not Natalie? I guess not, because she is cutthroat and he watched Survivor. And she would throw you under the bus to get that ultimate prize. Then he had Mark Ballas, because he said, I got him in my back pocket, which you do. And what was the other one? Was it Steven? Not Steven. It was Johnny. It was Johnny that he was trying to throw sus on, but it was like that'd be too much trying to throw sus on him, and too obvious if he get recruited as a traitor, and then like, that'd be too obvious. But yeah, y'all, that was the episode. All the black people gone. This is a wrap. Trash juice. From this point on, I'll just be watching to see the outcome of this and wait to get to the reunion. To be honest, I might just wait to get to the reunion. I don't know if I want to waste my time with this. Who else is there? You got Johnny. The only one I would root for is Johnny. Johnny, Tara, she's nothingness. Kristen, nothingness. Maura, nothingness. Eric, nothingness, but they're trying to turn into somethingness. Mark Ballas, Steven, and Rob. Whole bunch of nothingness to me. And Natalie, I think I said Natalie name. Yeah, it's a whole bunch of nothingness. I ain't even rooting for it. I had Natalie as the person I was rooting for on top of that at first. Nah, I'm good on her. She already rubbed me the wrong way. I'm good on her for Traitors. I'll be back with you on Survivor, but yeah, I'm good on you for Traitors. So you going next, girl, because you the only brown skin giant there now. You the only brown person left, so I guess everybody gonna put their cards in the brown person, huh? Not I. You wanted to be with them, you died with them. Got nothing for you, y'all. I don't even know what I'm doing. Episode 9, 10, I might just go straight to the reunion. We gonna see. All right, y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell as well. All right. Good night.